got that Kershaw thing going on today. That Kershaw thing. Wow. I'm now back, looking these things over, these Kershaw knives, because, I remember several years ago, let me get my camera up a little bit here, when, House of Blades would have a special edition of whatever, like the Link, and it was done in the U.S., and it was S35VN and all that kind of thing. But what's interesting is that Kershaw has come out with the Iridium and the Bel Air and that kind of thing, and they have really kicked it up. I mean, they've gone carbon fiber, they've gone Magnacut, they've gone S35VN and titanium and all that. And this may or may not matter to you, but I mean, it says China here, so not all their higher-end steel knives are now made in the U.S. They're having them made in China. Of course, typically most of the Kershaw knives were probably made in China. I mean, 8CR and D2 and this and this and this, right? But here we go with this. And really impressive full-size knife here, reverse tanto, the Iridium, titanium, S35VN. It's got some heft to it, feels good in the hand. And let me tell you right off the bat here, I had the Bel Air in Magnacut, and I don't have it, well, I've got part of it here in my office because it's disassembled, right? I sent the blade in for testing, and I do have the test results back. I don't have the blade back, or I'd have it out here on the desk, but it came in at a 63.2 Rockwell, okay? Wow, that's good. That's good. I think that's a real credit to Magnacut in general, is just seeing like Best Tech hitting 63.5, and here's Kershaw at 63.2. I mean, they're getting it done, right? And I think Magnacut is just much more heat treatable in a large production manner, and more stable, and the results are more uniform. Okay, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So then M390. Okay, I was going to say then M390. M390, a lot more fidgety, a lot more, just weird about how these things, the uneven cooling and things like that. It's a better boutique steel than it is a large production steel. Magnacut seems to just lay down and behave and do a good job and whatever. It seems to me, just from what I'm trying to look at, right, through my experience. So, and this is S35VN, by the way, so this is not Magnacut, but I was just saying I'm really surprised and pleased at how Magnacut is working out. Got a little bag spacer on this dog. This is the full size. Where's my mini? Okay, here's my mini. Okay. So here's the mini. You want a mini, and of course you want it in the bayonet style, whatever, as opposed to the reverse tanto. And here you go. So, I mean, if you are into the smaller, more discreet carry knives, etc., there you go. And these are both available. And they had a sale that I'm now going to tell you about now that it's over. Shit. You're going, oh, God, you're worthless. Yes, I am. Well, I got back from SHOT Show. Then I proceeded to get the flu because my wife was she was sick by the time she got off the plane back into Tampa, St. Pete. And so 2-hour drive back to the house, and oh man, I put her right to bed. She's still dragging to recover, right? Wow, I popped in and out pretty quick, got the Tamiflu, and wow. Okay, so here's the mini Iridium. Now, titanium, and S35, $149, and then the full-size dog, $169. I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed of for a price. That's pretty damn good. Okay, and they were on sale. And then you get this reverse, and this is in M390, okay? But the M390 I tested with Kershaw back in the day actually was good. It was hitting 60 plus. And I know everybody's like, oh, I gotta have at least 62. It was a rare bird that ever hit 62. If you could get it over 60 on a consistent basis, you were doing well, right? Okay. So I had tested Kershaw and M390 back then. That was probably 4 years ago or whatever. And they were hitting it, okay. So this is the reverse Tanto Iridium in M390. All right. So also, you know, made in China, right? I think the Bel Air was USA. And of course, the Iridium launch, we're just doing Iridium party, aren't we? The Iridium launch is USA as well. And it's in Magnacut. So instead of pulling the blade out of this and sending it in to test, I took the Bel Air. It's in Magnacut as well. So, I mean, I'm going to extrapolate here, go out on a limb, but now I don't think I'm having to climb too far out on the limb to figure out that this is probably a 63 Rockwell. And you know what? Amen, brother. Now, they ain't giving this. This is not $89 like some of the launch stuff. But then again, not all the launch. Here's the launch 20 right up here. And this is also in Magnacut. It's a bit smaller than the Iridium launch. But 120, 119. But still, Magnacut, automatic, all that kind of stuff. Still, I don't know. I am really impressed with what's going on with Kershaw. I guess that's my main, subject of the day here is I had been ignoring them. And I had maybe a month or so ago come back in contact with my guy at Kershaw that I'd been talking to, Kershaw ZT, blah, 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 we'd been, and, I'd done videos at shows and stuff with him and this and this and this. Okay, so, but I got contact and they go, it just doesn't seem like you're doing much with Kershaw or ZT. And I go, I don't know. I just haven't been keeping up because I haven't seen anything that I thought was just blazingly. And you know what? Yes. And I did have a buddy who told me the Iridium is really cool. And, it's in D2, right? You can get it in D2 for like $70 or whatever the deal is. But now doing it in titanium and S35VN in a full size. And so this is the flavor of the day it's supposed to be before I threw all the other ones on the table. But, you got a 3.5-inch blade. I mean, these do not look that massive, but they're not bad. They're a full 8 inches long at 20.2, centimeters. All right? I mean, they're not, they don't feel or look initially like they're full size, right? But they are. It's a 3.5-inch blade. No. Well, I mean, it's way cool. And you know what? So we're just going to do this party. 0.43 of an inch. So it is slender in the pocket. And it's 11 millimeters thick. So yeah, it's not, and then, 2.5 millimeter blade stock at 0.09. So blade stock, pretty thin. Overall, pretty thin here. Contoured titanium, really nice. Pocket clip, right or left hand. Nice back spacer you could hook into a lanyard here. That's nice as well. I mean, there's what's not to like. I got to start paying attention on the ZT. And the ZT, did you see my video on the 0044? Right? And then the 0512 automatic. I was stunned. both those models, I like the design really well. This is working good. I like the design really well. And so, wow, ZT. I mean, I've always like, God, I wish ZT'd come back and do this and this and this. And I got my appetite, tickled here with these last two releases. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see ZT really come out with about, I don't know, 5 new things a year of significance. It'd be really interesting. I miss the ZT of days gone by. And then the mini Iridium. So this Iridium thing, in-house design, right? I mean, I figured, who's the designer that collaborated with to come up with this? This was really nice. It's very, it's a less is more type design. It's a clean design. And I really like it. But okay, but no, nobody ground. I mean, I go, is this Laconico? Who's behind all this, right? No. Very interesting. And then if you want to really get down, you know what? Let's do this. Let's start out with the reverse Tanto Iridium in carbon fiber, and let's do a weigh off, just in ounces, just to keep it simple. 2.9 ounces, okay? You get the titanium, 2.9, and it's a full-size knife. 3.9, that's a full ounce heavier. It is, and you can feel it when you touch that, you pick it up. So really, if you want something super lightweight, yet full size, wow. Now, this is nice. This is nice. And you know what? Yeah, this would be a good little cutter too. So, yeah, I haven't dragged it around too much because I knew I needed to do a follow-up video or something. I didn't want to like toss it around on the table or whatever, put it in my rotation drawer and have it jiggle around in there much. I'm trying to be fairly protective of it, but I'm going to be breaking it loose here, and because this is really super lightweight, and of course at 19 to 20% chromium, it should be pretty difficult to end up with corrosion on it. And I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful about it now that I'm in southern Florida as far as corrosion goes. But you could just, I've got those pump sprays and stuff of all the stuff. You'd know what I'm talking about. That protect, and in fact, this little dog here is supposed to be the bomb. So this is supposed to prevent rust and corrosion. This is another one. This is like the third type of substance I've got that can care for a knife. So yeah, I'm going to start being a little bit more careful with my knives. And these are nice, and they're not cheap. So you shouldn't just, bum them around anyhow. My Salt series stuff, I haven't been as careful, but you know what? I should, because it's the Mannix I got is in Magnacut. Hello, Magnacut. So, and my Bel Air's in Magnacut. So there's no difference there. So that Bel Air may really end up, and you know what? That Bel Air is so lightweight. It's super lightweight. I got a buddy who really likes that design too. Okay, so we got that, and then the launch. So here you go with a full-size knife. And I shouldn't put down the small autos, okay? No, I understand you want it discreet, you don't need a huge blade, all that kind of thing. I get it. But this is really not that heavy. It's slender, right? Just like the others. And so it's 3 ounces. That's it. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what. And yeah, it's basically 3.5 and 8, right? Yep, 3.5 and 8. Okay. I'm saying. Right there. I mean, it's just a few tenths different than this. It's what, 2.8? This is 3? Just amazing. Amazing. They've come out with these right under my nose. not like I was right on top of them when they sprang. So sometimes it's always good to check back in with old trusted brands like Kershaw and see that somebody has stirred the pot over there and they're doing things now. And so just stay up on it. There was that sale, and you can check your retailers now on these because they're out here, obviously. And where did that one go to? Oh, I switched them all around. I think that one went there. This one goes here. But this, I would say, and if you want to go, oh, well, if you had your choice, which one? Even though this is M390, I wish this was in Magnacut as opposed to M390. Okay, but I think that they do their M390 pretty well, and it's pretty corrosion resistant. I think this is the one I've leaned towards on all of them because it's full size, yet it's super lightweight, right? And it's not an automatic, so I'm not as big an automatic kind of guy as some people. But, I mean, this is so light. And this, you know, I worry about snail trails on the titanium, this and that. This one will hold up, looks better, super light, just as big as any of these, right? And so, yeah, this is my overall choice of the bunch, as amazing as that may seem. And, hey, you know what I got to say? It's time to take a look at Kershaw once again, and I'm going to try and stay in touch of what's coming around with them and the different, you know, these different locks, kind of an axis type lock. I can't remember what they call it, a slide lock or whatever. But then there they are. There they are. All right, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much. Just putting a bug in your ear on Kershaw and ZT to just be aware, you know? And you guys, stay sharp.